On June 20th, 2020, thousands of people across the Northern Hemisphere gathered to celebrate the longest day of the year. Summer solstice marks the changing from spring to summer and the beginning of a new sun cycle. Many communities and cultures around the world believe we must honor the forces of nature in order to sustain a balanced and harmonious life. This group of indigenous people come together every year at sunrise to honor their Aztec ancestors through ceremony. This group is called a Calpulli, which translates to home. It is a community that allows people to return home to their ancestors' traditions by following and celebrating their ways of life. Rosa is the Tlayocanque, or leader of her Calpulli. She has been practicing the traditions of her ancestors since she was 15 years old. For many years, she studied with various indigenous tribes throughout Mexico. She carried the tradition she attained to America and started her own Calpulli. In 2000, Calpulli Ocelotl-Cihuacoatl was formed.
For our tradition, the summer solstice is very important because it's the longest day with the sunlight. Our ancestors used to do the big fire or the main fire, the new fire, to finish with all the circles of life that they have and start with a new life, like new year, like new commitments. So for us, it's like coming and let all our worriesness or whatever we have and start new. Having the energy of the sun as a light for the conscious, for the spirit, for our body.
As the sun begins to rise over the horizon, the Calpulli begins to form a circle around the fire. Rosa leads the group in calling of the four directions to create a sacred circle for the ceremony. The sounds of a conch shell and drums are used to invite the spirits to join the circle. Once the circle has been called, it must not be broken until the completion of the ceremony. Three main elements are required within all Aztec ceremonies. These elements are used to invoke, cleanse, and balance the energies within the circle.
To be a Calpulli, we have to have the main elements. The drum, that is the grandpa. The shell, there is the one who called the ancestors to join with us, pray with us, and give us what we need and send them back. And the saumadora, the person who carries the fire.
As the group chants in unison, the energy is intensified. The phrase Ometeo is repeatedly heard and spoken. Ometeo represents the balance of the universe.
Ometeo means the same duality. Ome in Nahuatl is two. Teo is the essence or energy. So it's the dual energy because we need two things to make one. We need a man and a woman to make a little baby. We need our Mother Earth and a seed to make a flower. We need the positive and negative to make the light. To make something, we need two elements. So that's why Ometeo is the main essence to call the energy, the dual energy. And as we know, we are the representation of both energies. All of us have the feminine side and the masculine side. So Ometeo is like calling God, but God is us also. Or we are the representation of God.
As the ceremony continues, a mixture of tobacco and other herbs is passed around. This medicine is then infused with each individual's prayers and intentions. Each person takes their turn walking around the circle before they are blessed by the smoke of copal and throw their prayers into the fire. An important part of the ceremony incorporates the use of dance. Dancing is another form of prayer. These dances are utilized to invite specific energies and spirits to join the circle.
According to us, to what is being told, not only the dance, but these shanties and these ways to pray are medicine. So when we dance, we pray.
As the ceremony comes to an end, the group gathers to reflect and share their gratitude, emotions, and experiences. This is an important part in the process to interpret all of the wisdom and healing received during the summer solstice ceremony. During these uncertain times we are living in, when everything seems out of our control, sometimes all we can do is pray. Prayer can come in many forms, from the lighting of a sacred fire to dancing and singing with the ones you love. But the simplest yet most powerful of all prayers is gratitude. This ceremony reminds us to honor and have gratitude for all of the simple gifts the Creator blessed us with. The food that nourishes us, the water that bathes us, the fire that warms us, and the air we breathe. When times are tough, remember to turn to the sun and acknowledge this ultimate source of light that has always been a beacon of hope for all of our ancestors, guiding them through the hardships of life. And remember that there is always a new day just over the horizon.
I just want to let the people know that this is a way to be living well. Whoever chooses to follow this tradition chooses to make some changes in their life. It's never gonna be the same way that you were living before, because you start learning with this tradition, you start learning how to communicate with your own feelings, how to communicate with your ancestors, how to pray in different ways, how to get in contact with the elements that give us this life, the Mother Earth and all the elements. So once you follow this tradition, never is going to be the same. And it's going to be good for you. Wherever you look for it, you're going to find it there in the fire.